What if I told you that with what this offseason has already brought us, with all the crazy storylines and rumors and speculation and things that have happened and things that are going to happen, what if it all rested on the shoulders of one man, one player himself, Deandre Ayton? Yes, guys, Deandre Ayton has a very important decision to make very soon, and there's a reported team out there that is going to offer him up a max contract in which the Phoenix Suns have a big decision to make. But before we get going on that, man, I must ask you if you can please subscribe if you're new to the channel. I simply cannot grow this channel without you, my friend. Like, I really need all the help I can get when it comes down to doing that part, so please help out with that. And of course, hit that like button if you end up enjoying the content. You know, if you watch the video, like, I don't like this, then, hit that dislike button or whatever it is that people do on YouTube these days, right, man? But okay. Let's get going on this. By the way, enjoy the Vince Carter highlights. I'm trying to show, like, different highlights because I feel like, with free agency, you talk about the same players, so you see the same highlights, and it's like, if the Miles Bridges mixtape pops up on my screen one more time, I'm going to get angry. So, Vinsanity, man, to save my sanity. I actually just thought about that on the spot. Like, wow, man, stand-up comedy? No. I prefer to sit down. But, okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's get going on this. Where do we want to start here, man? I am on my Twitter page. I need to be on my photos because I screenshot this stuff, man, so I can keep it all in one nice, tidy place. And let's start on this side here. Okay. So Chet Holmgren of the OKC Thunder. Dude had one hell of a game, okay? The dude was doing, like, literally Dirk Nowitzki one-legged fadeaways in his first game. Now, I realize, it's against summer league talent. I get that, but still seeing a player with that skill set, it's a lot of fun. Because I'm going to call it like this, man. Like, not everybody was out there watching every single one of Chet's games. Like, you can hear things and reports saying, like, yeah, this Chet guy's going to be great. But until you actually see it, you're like, wow, like, those NBA scouts that get paid all that money, they were correct. But apparently, there's an assistant coach that was sitting courtside that said this, man. He says, I'm not sold on him being a star. I don't think he said it like that, maybe. Sounds like he's defending himself. He's so thin in hips and legs that he makes Pokuševski look like he has thick legs. I don't think he'll ever fill out. Per assistant coach sitting courtside of Chet Holmgren's debut. I think we all agree that Chet's not going to fill out. This is what I think about Chet, okay? Absolutely worst case scenario. I'm talking about you can't really play him too much all the time because, like, he just gets, like, bodied like Embiid and Jokic and guys like that. Worst case scenario, I think he has a career as a block-shotting Christian Wood. Okay? Sits on the three-point line, dunks the basketball, and blocks some shots. Christian Wood doesn't do that last part. Well, sometimes he does, but I think that's worst case scenario. So, I still think they're in a good place with him. Like, I don't know. I think the body argument, yes, there's some factors to it, but it's not like we've never seen really skinny dudes never dominate in the NBA before. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. And it's the type of muscle you put on, too. Like, no, he's never going to put on bulky muscle. He ain't never going to be like Steven Adams. Although Steven Adams, like, actual, like, rookie season to now transformation is actually insane. But regardless, like, if you put on that lean muscle and stuff and just kind of, bulk, well, I don't want to say bulk up, but, make it so you can get back down a little bit better, he'll be fine. Next up we have is Caleb Martin is re-signing with the Heat on a 3-year, $20 million deal. So there we go. I believe both the Martins have contracts. So good for them. This one is maybe like 3 years ago would have been interesting, but now it's just like, okay. The Portland Trailblazers plan to waive guard Eric Bledsoe ahead of his guaranteed date approaching. Sources tell The Athletic, entering his 13th NBA season, several teams are expected to pursue Bledsoe as a free agent. I've been trying to think about, like, which teams could really use Eric Bledsoe, and I think the one team that kind of came to my mind, depends on what type of role he's looking for, but I really like the idea of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just because, they have D'Lo on the team right now, but we don't really know what his future holds. I think he'll be back next season. But beyond that, they have, like, I think Jordan McLaughlin is his name or something like that. Obviously, they trade away Patrick Beverley. I think Eric Bledsoe gives you another, like, kind of grit and grind-minded guard like Beverley on the team. And, he's not as good defensively, I would say, as Patrick Beverley, but also I don't think he'll be celebrated after playing games either. I'm just saying. But, yeah, man. So, yeah, I think that's a good fit for him. If you guys have a better fit, let me know in the comment section below. Lakers. They used to call him Mini LeBron James, used to be his nickname. Here we have the Raptors are unwilling to part ways with Scottie Barnes to acquire Kevin Durant. So we've talked about the Raptors with KD a few times, so I'm not going to go into great detail about it. But yeah, basically they just don't want to go with Scottie Barnes. I guess is in the headline, right? And how do I feel about that though? How do I feel? I would say my opinions on that is I love it. I've been doing YouTube for a few years now, man. I've been in the NBA scene for a few years now. Toronto Raptor fans, they love their players. Like, I will say, you guys are loyal as hell to your players. You just are. And I actually really love that about the fan base. Like, you do not switch up whatsoever. You do not get tempted of dealing, maybe we'll do, like, Ingram and Lonzo. We'll get, like, Anthony Davis. Like, you guys ain't doing stuff like that. Like, you guys love your players, and that's fantastic. If KD went to the Raptors in a trade for Scottie Barnes, I know you guys would fully embrace him and, and everything with that because it's not really your choice at the end of the day. But I do know that's not what you guys want. And that's really cool, man. Like, yeah, he won Rookie of the Year. Scottie Barnes is fantastic. I say that as a Cade Cunningham fan. Like, I can recognize that more than one rookie from a draft class can be good. Okay, here we go. This is Deandre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and 5 picks still isn't enough to me for Kevin Durant. This is an anonymous... So that we're on the first try, man. GM on the Kevin Durant trade. So this brings us into the story about why exactly DeAndre Ayton's decision is so important. Basically, this is how it's going to go down, okay? The Indiana Pacers, right now, they're looking to shop Miles Turner. Like, I don't know what team he gets traded to, but I do have a theory about what would be a good way to kind of work things out. And the idea is that they have enough money to offer DeAndre a max contract. So the Suns have to decide, do we want to sign him? Because what happens then is that as far as like sign trades and everything along those lines, if they end up not matching and he's going to the Pacers, that's a huge ass trade chip. Really the one that would have made things work to some extent to get Kevin Durant on the Phoenix Suns. That's just gone. That's not possible anymore. And I think at that point, it ends with Kevin Durant staying on the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think KD is going to get traded to a situation that he wants to get traded to if the Suns are out of that. I feel like they're really the last team. Now, I guess there's a few teams that maybe could come out of nowhere. Because, the Miami Heat, he wants to play with, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry. He doesn't want any of those guys getting traded. And, that GM just said right there, that package ain't enough. Then a Tyler Hero trade package is not going to be enough to land Kevin Durant. So I think that makes him stay at that point. But then you also look at the Indiana Pacers, and if they end up acquiring DeAndre Ayton, what does that mean exactly? Well, I also think it's a good opportunity to maybe, you could really do a massive 5-team trade and make everybody happy. I don't have this completely formulated in my head, but there was rumors earlier that the Spurs are another team that could actually be brought up in the Westbrook-Kyrie trade. So maybe you can, because they got some assets, but they can also absorb Westbrook's contract. So maybe you can have Miles Turner going to the Suns, DeAndre to the Pacers, Buddy Hield maybe going to the Lakers. You can have Keldon Johnson, some of those dudes, some of the young bloods out there going to the Spurs. To the Nets. And some draft picks all over the damn place, and everybody's freaking happy, and we can move on from this. I'll be sure to get you all that Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving video tomorrow too, man. No, guys, I think that's pretty much all we have here. Like I said, this is the big storyline right now, and not really. Thomas Bryant is on the Lakers. I think that's all right. That's a wrap, cameraman. Okay, that's totally back here for my budgeting. I budget you. Okay, cut.